Turnschuh.tv, die internationale Show, geht jetzt los. Konnichiwa, Bitches, wie der Franzose zu sagen pflegt, denn wir sind in Paris. Ja, nach Berlin wahrscheinlich die bekannteste Stadt der Liebe, die es gibt. Hier findet die Fashion Week gerade statt und Jeremy Scott ist in Paris. Wir treffen ihn gleich zu einem Gespräch über Sneaker, über seine neue Kollektion und vielleicht auch über ein paar Themen, die da so am Rande mitschwingen, wie zum Beispiel einen Schuh von Nike, der in 11 Minuten ausverkauft war. Was Jeremy Scott davon hält, verrät er uns gleich. Wir nehmen euch mit. Right now is the moment that I've waited for like weeks, years, decades. No, I'm not that old, but finally the moment is reality, and I'm sitting next to Mr. Jeremy Scott. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice
I'm fine, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
So, to talk about sneakers, because you have the new collection for Adidas here in the Adidas Originals showroom in Paris.
Correct.
Where we are. After like pandas, tinsel bears, poodles, gorillas, how do you top that?
Well, I never really think about topping it so much as just doing something more that I love. So, I mean, of the animal kingdom this time, there's the tiger tail, which is a bit inspired from when I did the leopard. And so actually, yes, there's no heads and face and arms, but there is the tail, and of course the yellow, the orange and black colorway, which is very strong and striking. So that would be my new animal offering for you.
Because of the tail, I was thinking about an elephant or a giraffe or a beaver. Would that be possible?
Who knows? It just really is whenever I'm inspired by something and just kind of think about it and then have an idea that seems like it would be something I'd want to wear.
What inspires you?
Everything. I'm inspired by movies and art and conversations with friends, music, you know, just everything that goes on in the world. Sometimes it's news, you know, on CNN. There's all kinds of different things when I'm just kind of like a sponge, and I kind of absorb lots of different things, and then something comes out. Like there's music, sometimes you think, oh, well, this song, this kind of captures a mood or a moment, so you kind of have a mood that you're in, and that song really kind of personifies it, so I'm designing something that personifies that mood that I feel when I hear that song.
So what's your favorite movie at the time?
I haven't been to the movies for over a month because I've been so busy with all the shows. So
there's been New York, Milan.
Now I'm here in Paris. So I'm not even sure the last film I saw right now. It's hard for me to tell you. But films I love, of course, like Blade Runner has always been one of my favorite films. I always love the mix of the future along with the present as long as the past, and how everything's kind of melanged together in a really artful way.
Right?
It was dark, but it was also very inspiring, I felt like. I mean, in the sense of the look, I like that they really captured the fact of reality, which is in the future, people are not only going to wear clothes that are all made from that moment, that day, that exact second. People were wearing things that were vintage, just as we do today. And vintage could even be, there was things from 10 years ago that you still like and you wear and it's fine, or things that are noticeably vintage, like from 30 years ago, 40 years ago. You know, I think that this kind of whole mix is very normal and human. I mean, we're very nostalgic creatures as humans. So, I mean, I think that having that kind of mix was really influential, the way they showed it, mixing it with also very futuristic science fiction kind of elements at the same time.
That's interesting because in your collection, there's always that nostalgic aspect. So like the Crazy 97.
Sure.
It's an old basketball shoe Kobe Bryant wore, right?
Perhaps, yes.
And in your whole collection, you have, talking about the wings and the animal packs. What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Well, the wings are always kind of a favorite because they're really the first and the original, and they become such an icon. And
yes, indeed.
unlike the animals, which change all the time and have different variations, these are different variations on the iconic model. So it's always retaining still the exact same look between this one or the 2.0. So for me, there's something that's always going to be very special about this because it really is my first shoe in that sense, since I created this ongoing collaboration with Adidas.
Your designs are always like wild and catchy and colorful and bright, and would it be a tough challenge for you to design something more simple? Or
well, I don't know so much about it's a tough challenge, but I don't really think that's what people want from me. I mean, this is what I do, and this is what I do best, and I feel like that's what people expect from me as well. So when I have done things that are more simple, and I have done
like
them,
for Adidas Silver, right? A few years ago.
I did a capsule collection for them, but even within my own collection, sometimes some of the more simpler shoes don't get the love that all the very exuberant ones get. So it's kind of a thing like that. I mean, I feel like this is kind of my signature, and this is what people expect from me, and this is why people love what I do.
Has there been an idea that you had that couldn't be produced?
No, actually not. I mean, I think that basically everything that I've ever challenged Adidas with has been something that they've been able to rise to the challenge with their amazing, manufacturing design capabilities. We've done things basically that had been unheard of before, of having things that extend off the shoe and things that have plush animal heads and arms begging to be picked up. And we've now done the high heel, which was a real new challenge.
The Crazy 97. When I saw that one downstairs, I was like, whoa.
Absolutely. I'm really excited for people to be able to purchase that one, because I think that that's a really exciting new variation for the wedge, as well as the high heel arrow, which is completely, manufacturing-wise, a whole new challenge, because the kind of structures like that aren't made in the same factories normally as the high tops. So that was actually something that did take a minute for Adidas to be able to figure out how they could actually manufacture it and make it, in this kind of more mass-produced way, instead of it being just where we can only do a small number.
Do you, after the Nike Yeezy 2 Red was released and it was sold out in like 11 minutes or stuff like that, do you want to produce a limited release like that, so that the Jeremy Scott sneaker goes away in like 10 minutes? Is this something?
I don't really have to do that, because my shoes do sell out very rapidly, and I would rather have that more people have the opportunity to have them than make something limited. I mean, as you kind of are saying, and I think to articulate better, it's very easy to make a limited thing sell out and have it be something that there's only a few of. But when you're selling shoes globally around the world and selling them out, that's a much more remarkable achievement, I believe.
Take this, Mr. West. So,
and it's nothing against Kanye.
No,
it's just about the semantics of it. I mean, if you have 10 things you create and you only have 10 of them, it's easier to sell them out than selling 100,000.
Yes.
It's just math about it, and it's easy to hype something like that. But I feel great. My shoes sell out. I have collectors and fans that are so passionate about my work, and that's what I do this for. I love that it touches people's lives. I love that it's inspiring people. I love those kids that make those videos online where they're opening the box and talking about the shoe. It makes me happy, because it's influencing people. It's making, it's giving them something to look forward to. It's giving them some excitement. And that's kind of what, for me, ultimately is the reason why I do this, is because of how it touches people's lives.
As you said, you worked with shiny materials, with gold, with
fake fur.
Yes, with look-through materials, with everything. Is there any material you haven't been working with, or is there, the better question, a material you definitely want to work with?
I mean, I've been having fun with so many different materials. I think I've kind of spread the love equally to all of them. Sometimes very exotic and they're very expensive ones, sometimes less expensive, like the fake fur. Obviously the plastics and all those kind of things. I've kind of really been able to run the gamut with all kinds of great great fabrics.
So because it's a big trend, I guess, do you consider producing a completely vegan shoe?
You know, I am a vegetarian actually, but I have no issues about using leather, so I've never really thought about it. It's never been something that's been really a pressing issue for me. But in one way, I mean, you could say the faux fur ones are vegan in that sense, and there's no animal consumption in that.
Thank you for taking your time.
Oh, my pleasure.
It was a pleasure to meet. Have fun in Paris at the Fashion Week, and thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.
So, thank you.